Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. This is the second recording on Thursday night, May 16th. Took about an hour to do eyebrows, primarily because we dropped a ton of frames. Then magically, once we got going, when you should drop frames, we didn't have any issues at all. So, not quite sure what the deal is. Sadly, with eyebrow, I just have one right now. It's the same thing with Thumpback. That's who we're going to upgrade now. Both of them are similar in that I think one path is more functional and the other is more fun, which means basically I wish I had both of them right now. My thing is, $15 is a lot of money just to get, these two and Swarm. I'd be looking at another $50, and my issue is I know eventually the price is going to come down, or there'll be pretty good sales, if not now, in the summer, and then possibly definitely later on towards Swap Force, and then after Swap Force is out. So eventually I would like to get extras of them. Right now I just have the one. Kind of sucks for the meantime, but what are you gonna do? So here is Thumpback. He is level 10, 9349. Again, you just need 8,520 to fully upgraded giant with your 20 wing sapphires. If you've completed the game and you don't have them, by all means go find them. I actually just did Spyro's Heroic to get a baseline number. I thought it was in the 20s. I was right. It's 24 is basically what his anchor attack does. With his belly flop box stock, it's one of those ones that ranged. I think one time I might have seen a 50. He's one of those guys. He's almost like Bash. He just does a lot of damage. The cool thing with Thumpback that I was surprised with, the anchor has like really good range. It's almost like a projectile. You can see it there. I'll stand. We've got that funky angle right now. That to me looked like it was going to deck Callie. It's pretty close to her, if not. And we'll come back here to the edge of the ship. And he belly flops almost to the end. So, again, those are both box stock moves. We're going to come in and review everything here real quick. Want to take a look at his stats first. Again, he's got the future hat too, but armor 39. Pay attention to that one. I'm gonna try to go fast because for some reason we drop frames here, not with Persephone. I don't understand it, but base attack I just showed you is called Anchor Assault. His mouth almost looks like one of those heart swan rides from cartoons or something. Hadn't seen one of those in a while, and I've never actually seen one in real life now that I think about it. I know they exist. I've seen pictures. I guess I've never been in the wrong place at the wrong time for that. But Anchor Assault, press A to swing the anchor at enemies. Again, just double checked, it does 24 damage, which is pretty impressive. Belly flop, press B to dive into a belly flop, damaging enemies. Again, that is also a very powerful attack, particularly for being box stock. We get in now to his 4 base upgrades. He begins yet again, as so many giants do, with the tertiary attack. It's called a Whale of a Chomp. Again, props for being punny. Press Z for a big whale-sized chomp. I've yet to experience this. I'm kind of wondering what the damage rate will be there. Next up is Slippery Belly. Slide longer after a belly flop and do increased damage. Can't argue with either of those. And the nice thing, not only is the slide longer, it does increase damage. So that to me is kind of like a double type win. Next up is the Whaleless Chomp. Bigger, most powerful whale chomp attack. So they're basically getting the chomp attack done and over with in our base upgrades. Which I can't complain about. Last base upgrade addresses his primary move. Now there's an anchor. A new anchor does increase damage. Again, I'd love numbers, but we're going from 24 to whatever this will be. So hopefully it bumps it up to 30, 36, somewhere in there. His top path is called Anchors Yay. It is currently winning the blog poll by a 49 to 26 margin. Again, bloggers doing that deal where it takes votes away, but it's always been roughly 20 to 30 votes he's been leading by every time I've monitored it. That said, Anchors EA, the top path begins with Thumpback combos. Press AA, hold B for Power Swing, and press AA, hold Z for Whirlpool Ripper. I'm kind of interested in that one. Next up is the Bermuda Triangle. This one's interesting because it increases the power of the Whirlpool Ripper combo attack. Next up is the Ultimate Anchor. It's got the barnacles and stuff growing on it. Best anchor you can find, does maximum damage. If they gave numbers here, like say that I know it does 24, and then I knew that this would add 6 and it would be doing 30, and this only added another 6 and went to 36, we'll say, I might be inclined to go another direction if, you know, it was at 24 plus 6 is 30, and then this one, you know, adds plus 30, or they just tell us it does 60 damage. That's a big deal, and that's probably total justification for the top path. As is, you either have to like watch videos, or, which I don't do. I like everything to be new and exciting and make my own mistakes, you know. But it would be kind of helpful there. Similarly with all upgrades, bottom path is called Up Close and Personal. I remember when I introduced Thumpback, I was kind of intrigued by this one. First one begins with Breakfast in Bed. While belly sliding, press Z to chomp enemies. We follow that up with Armor of the Sea. Again, as you should know, I'm very big on speed, and I follow that up with armor. Armor's a very big deal to me in this game. Seashells make for better armor. And lastly, and this one just is kind of like along the lines of Hot Dog, just kind of like really funny. And it's also reminiscent of some of the water type. But hold Z to release a stream of projectile water vomit, damaging enemies. So, you know, you always picture, or at least I do, whales, you know, running along in the ocean. I guess not running, but swimming. You know, they just like open their mouth and take in whatever the heck it is that's in the ocean, you know. So if you imagine, you know, they swallow starfish and miscellaneous fish and, you know, sinking cans and all kinds of crud, and then just spit it out. It should be interesting. His soul gem is called Blowhard. While belly sliding, press A to spray water and starfish. The other thing about the top path, Anchors EA, while you miss out on the armor, you do have Blowhard to fall back on. It kind of covers for missing out on the bottom stuff. And really, I guess the belly slide doesn't increase at all. You just kind of get to chomp the armor and then the vomit. So anyway, I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do. I think I know which way I'm leaning, but may change once I see the upgrades. We're going to come in here to Persephone. We hadn't dropped frames this time. It's a pleasant surprise. Here's one last look at him. He looks pretty cool if you can ever get a good angle on him. Seems like he's always like in a bad camera angle, or he's got his head cocked. Alright, so first upgrade, 300. Press Z for a big whale-sized chomp. It's called a whale of a chomp, fittingly. We're going to pick that one up. Again, 85-20 is what you need with your 20 sapphires. He's got plenty of money. Issue in here is just ever getting an angle, so press the Z button. That's not too shabby. Interesting to see what it does. Next up is Slippery Belly. Slide longer after a belly flop and do increased damage. Again, 2 perks there. Cost is 420. I think I may just buy these base ones and then play around on the deck of the ship. See if we can't make a better choice there. His third base upgrade is going to be the Whaleless Chomp. Bigger, most powerful whale chomp attack, runs 540. Okay. It looks roughly the same to me, but there might have been like more spit involved or something. His final base upgrade is called Now There's an Anchor. A new anchor does increase damage. Cost is 720. We'll have to see what I think of the aesthetics. Okay, right here, this is a great example. I don't honestly know which way I want to go. If you were to press A with either one, you are locked into that path. Giants and Newlanders can't switch paths. I know some people still claim they can. The only way you can do that is if you reset the character. No one wants to do that. You know, in my opinion, at that point in time, you're better off buying a $14.99 Giant again, just because if you've done any heroics at all, I mean particularly the entire slate, your time is going to be, I mean at least anyone that's employed, you know's time is going to be more valuable than, you know, resetting, losing everything, and then building it back up. But long story short, if you do not know, press the B button. We have to watch a cutscene that's pointless, which I still don't understand. But I'm gonna come out here. There's a look at his new anchor. I don't mind it. It does kind of look like it's wooden though, and just kind of joined at the joints or something. But let's see if we can get a feel for it. No, I'm not gonna complain. Let's try it. It's kind of got like a green, I guess like seafoam green, we'll call it, to keep with the marine theme here. You know, I object to some of the stuff. That it's not a big deal to me, really. You know, the brass knuckles on eyebrow I was real preferential about. I can live with that. Here's a look at the chomp. It'll be interesting to see if that does good damage. I mean, that'll actually be pretty effective, where, you know, it takes a little bit to swing. I actually think Thumpback can swing the anchor faster than Eyebrow can throw his second fist, ironically. But say that it was slow, or, you know, you hit the wrong button, you can get that chomp in there, and if it does damage, it'll be pretty sweet. I'm gonna try the increased belly flop now. He does have better range with it. This is probably not a great place to showcase it, but okay. Still gonna have a hard time picking one here.
Welcome back. Ready for another match?
Okay, the blog poll is, well, it's lost a ton of votes, but it's 49-26 right now. That's a plus 23 for Anchor's a yay. Good grief. So we get the whirlpool thing seems awesome to me. I think it was AAZ, or it's one of them, AAB or AAZ, and the second one was Bermuda Triangle, and that increases the damage from the whirlpool attack, which I'm thinking it looks like the anchor slams into the ground, creates a whirlpool, and then I guess Bermuda Triangle, it like lasts longer, it just does increase damage. And then Ultimate Anchor, obviously it's just going to change the anchor yet again, and you're on your third max tier of damage. Up close and personal though, it's kind of like with Eyebrow. I said the top path, Eyebrow, was like the more functional, and then the bottom one, an eye for an eye, or whatever they called it, that was kind of like the more fun path. To me, this is the same thing. The top one is functional, and then the bottom one's kind of more fun, although it does have the armor tossed in. If you recall, the other thing I'm big on is when an upgrade path does 2 upgrades instead of just 1. And like I said, I specifically went in and played a heroic before this. Box stock, his anchor does 24 damage, which is pretty significant. Then we upgraded it there in the final base upgrade. I'm gonna think that that should at least put it at, you know, like 28 to 30 damage, which is more than adequate for virtually, you know, 95% of the enemies in this game. I think I'm actually gonna take up close and personal. Again, 3 things happen here. Number 1, I feel like the anchor is freaking awesome already. And then, past that, we get the chomp ability while we slide. We get the plus 40 armor. which I don't know that I'll like the look of it, but we get it. And then lastly, we get to puke ocean on things, and that just seems fun to me, you know. Probably a safer bet, you know, like say you're on a tight budget, you know, you're just going to have the one Thumpback. Probably Anchors of Yay would be the way you want to go. You're going to get one upgrade that's just probably going to do bash type damage, and then your saving grace, you'll miss out on the armor and the chomp ability and the ocean vomit thing, but Blowhard, the soul gem, kind of covers that to an extent, so you're not totally missing out. But again, I do hope to get, you know, another Eyebrawl, another Thumpback, another Swarm. Swarm is $9.99 on Amazon right now. I've been tempted to pull the trigger. I didn't already do it because I don't really know of anything else I need to get free shipping, and like I said, I'm thrifty, you know. But I think I've seen him at like $7.99 on there before too. But it's just with the Giants, I mean, they're not, as far as I know, going to be used in Swap Force. You can play as them, but I mean, they're like not going to have Series 2 or anything, as best I know. You know, that would be kind of like if you went back in and you picked up the, you know, another Camo and Sunburn and Tornado, etc. So if you are in that boat, I would suggest you go Anchors of Yay. The blog readers back that up. The Soul Gem kind of covers for some of this stuff, but for me, the three things align. I get the armor that I'm big on, and I upgrade 2 attacks, and then the one of them looks really, really fun, so that's kind of like an added perk. But if I just was thinking I'd have an one and only Thumpback, I'd probably do Anchors of Yay. That is what I would advise. But me personally, I'm going to roll the dice and do up close and personal. I wish I would have bought the Soul Gem before we got locked out, so I could have shown that to you. Again, that cutscene did absolutely nothing. It just like locked us into that path, which it really doesn't seem to necessitate a cutscene to me. Now, okay. You know what? I'm going to buy the Soul Gem first and show that to you. Again, I wish I would have done that ahead of time, but let's get out of here. So while sliding, I think it was press the A button and you blow. Okay, you can only do it one time though. But if it does massive damage, it does look cool too. But that's it. It's basically, again, that kind of like seafoam, marine grade green, and then if you pay close attention, you'll see like starfish and other junk come out of the blowhole. So kind of a cool deal. Again, it'll come down to what damage it does. But for those of you that do Anchors of Yay, you get, you know, the Blowhard Soul Gem to kind of compensate on missing some of this. First one is while belly sliding, press Z to chomp enemies. Cost 1020, fittingly enough called breakfast in bed. Alright, take a good look at Thumpback here again, particularly like his arm there. He's just kind of got like the chain wrapped around it. It's got the chain vest belt suspender things going on, the water element logo, kind of some silver shoulder pad plated deals, sort of like you see with Slam Bam. This next one, the middle upgrade down up close and personal, is Armor of the Sea. Seashells make for better armor. Cost is $13.20. Oh man, that doesn't look as cool at all. That said, it's still plus 40 armor. It should be, so I'm gonna be content with that and live with it. Okay, so they kind of gave him where that water element logo was. I'm glad I pointed it out. It's like giving him like dorsal fin armor. That's why I don't showcase much in there. It's real easy to accidentally walk out. I like seashells, I just don't really like the fossilized shoulder pad look of seashells. You know, it also, surprisingly, it didn't seem to do much to like his fists. I thought in that picture it looked like it was just gonna glitter glue a ton of seashells to him or something. Since we're out here, let's see if we can take a look at the chomp. Press B to belly slide and then Z to chomp. Okay, so apparently he could slide longer than this deck, it looks like. And you can apparently chomp at will, which is a very nice perk.
Welcome back. Ready for
That said, I think this will be our last giant upgrade for a while. It's going to be his final upgrade down... I thought I was dropping frames. It'll be the final upgrade down up close and personal. Bad Sushi is the name. Fittingly, hold the Z button to release a stream of projectile water vomit damaging enemies. Again, this is just hilarious. It's kind of like Ding Dong Ditch, which is somewhat effective, but mainly it's just funny. And I think this will be the same way, but on the flip side, it could be super effective too. So we'll accept that.
Power wave.
Alright, well, once again I just turned and he's outside, so we'll try it this way first. I'm going to do the belly slide again, if we can position ourselves. So I chomped like 3 times and did the soul gem there below hard. Now, here's a look at the chomp attack. Oh, wait. Okay. Tap it, that's your chomp attack. I'm going to try to get the camera to show what I want it to. It's not cooperating. I'm going to do Bad Sushi now. Okay, you can hold that for quite some time. Let's see if we can take a look at it from the backside. And you can turn too, so I mean you can treat it like that. You see that starfish basically went all the way to Cali and then down towards Ermit. So that's what I would call like a screen cleaner. And like I said, you can just kind of turret gun it type deal. I hope I can get a better angle here. Yeah, apparently Brock approves of this message. Yeah. I can't complain too much. I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see the damage they do. Again, let's do the slide here. I'm going to do a belly slide, I'm going to do the blow hard, then I'm going to see how many times we can chomp. 3.5 basically. Again, I think if maybe the ship didn't end, we had like a larger area to play around on, like the ruins or something. I feel like he could probably get a 4th one in, and that's with blowhard. Let's go back this way and see if we can't get 4 chomps. I got 3, but it was just stalled there forever. This is farther back. So maybe it caps you at 3. Both times he still had plenty of slide left in him. Yeah, I'm gonna say it stops you at 3, and I will check that in the game or not. But Anchor, very impressive. Again, box stock, it did 24. Not a huge fan of the seashell shoulder pads, but I mean, if it gives us the plus 40 armor, I can deal with it. Ironically, I thought he'd get like all that barnacle build up on his fists like you kind of see on the figure, and that did not happen. I guess maybe it's there, it's been there all along, I can't really tell. But let's come in and double check on the armor. Okay. Yeah, 79, I think he was at 39 if I recall, so plus 40 there, that's a big deal. He's done quite a few heroics with him. But yeah, that's basically what we did. We came in, base upgrades, and then bypassed on Anchor's EA, which I think would be a pretty good path. What really interests me on that one is Whirlpool Ripper. That said, I did up close and personal. We got breakfast in bed, armor of the sea, and bad sushi, which even if these aren't effective, these two, they'll be amusing and I'll probably use them a lot. And then the main thing, I'll have the armor. Blowhard, we'll have to see the damage it does. I think if you were in doubt, or just have one Thumpback or something, I would suggest you do Anchor's EA first, and I think for most people it'll probably work better. It's kind of like Bash's tail type deal. That said, if you think that the Anchor box stock and with now there's an Anchor does enough damage, and this looks like a lot of fun to you, take it. Otherwise, I'd go Anchor's EA. That's what the blog readers seem to do. But for me personally, I just thought this looked like a lot of fun. And similarly, I do hope that they'll go on sale soon, and I can somehow land that second Thumpback and Eyebrow. And even Swarm, I really want to see what Wasp Stormer is all about. So, Swarm form, that type of stuff. So, that is it though. That is Thumpback. There's a good look at him, fully upgraded down, up close and personal. That Anchor does look wooden to me. That's the only thing I can say bad about it. But other than that, I don't really mind it. The seashell armor doesn't really do much for me. But again, if I get plus 40, you can make it rainbow unicorns, and I'd probably be okay with it. That said, that's pretty much it. Part 133 here. We have now fully upgraded not only the Giants, but we also did the Newlanders prior to this. Again, this is May 16th, 11:40 now. I'm probably going to upload Pop Fizz and then unbox Battlegrounds, edit and upload that. Might come in and introduce Royal Double Trouble. That'd be kind of a nice surprise video. But I guess my plans, I'll do that type of stuff, probably introduce Royal, maybe even regular Cinder, which granted, glow in the dark looks the same in game. I guess what I will probably do, I've got all the Newlander ones edited and ready to go. I'll get those uploaded. I will edit and get the Giant ones. I've got some of them done. I'll get the rest of them done. And I guess in the meantime, what I will be doing is getting money. And that's going to take some time. For the Series 2 guys, I'm going to do it. I know a lot of people ask how I do it. They don't seem to make the connection, but I didn't do the Giants in order of my favorite to least favorite, like Swarm being the best and Thumpback the worst. I do it alphabetically by element. So Swarm is air element, he comes first. Thumpback's water element, alphabetically that's last. That's my logic. Still get a lot of questions on how I determine that. That's honestly what I do. Just makes things easier in my opinion. Plus, it's kind of hard to make sense of that with just having one Giant per element. But like here, when I do the Series 2 characters, you're going to come in and say you just wanted to see what Lightning Rod's Typhoon Titan is or something. You can see that, and then you're like, oh wait, the next one is going to be Sonic Boom and Whirlwind. So, and then you start to see, oh hey, that was nice. The idiot that uploads videos to YouTube actually did them in order by element. So that's my logic. I don't know if it matters to anyone or not, but that's what I try to do. Works pretty well, I think. But I'm excited to see what both Thumpback and Eyebrow are like now that they're fully upgraded. I took both of them through quite a few heroics back when I first got them. They just have a few left to complete them all. But I'm kind of wondering how that Chomp and Bad Sushi is going to do damage-wise. I'm probably going to have to go check that after I end this one. But again, that's probably what I'll be doing, is just working on, one, collecting the money. I'm not going to collect it for both paths. I'll probably just collect it for base upgrades, one path, soul gem, and the wow pow. Wow pow is pretty expensive. And then I'll probably just knock out like Drobot and Double Trouble. Those are really the only two I seem to have trouble with once upgraded. Some characters have a little trouble with, you know, zaps or something if they're fully upgraded, but nothing I can't work around. So I just need time to do basically 2 heroics per character, and then get the money. And again, the money is the time-consuming thing. So that'll be what I'll be doing, and hopefully these upgrade videos help you out. Again, I can't stress enough, sadly, I just have 1 Thumpback and 1 Eyebrow. If they ever go on a really good sale or something, I will do my best to pick them up, and that way I can showcase the other paths to you. They won't be in order anymore, but if you take that blog link in the top of the video description, take you right to that post. It'll outline everything for you. I think it'll help you out a lot. But again, thanks for watching. Kind of a big notch in the belt here, getting the Newlanders and Giants fully upgraded. Put them on priority over the Series 2. But questions, comments, you can ask here on YouTube for a much quicker response. I suggest you use the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back for whatever in the heck it is we're going to do in part 134.